last week, had some goals. I think you did them all. I was going to fix the tests. We were working on fleshing out the models. We wrote down some stuff. Well, we started it here, and that kind of gave us the jumping off point to just figure out what couple models we needed. But then, as we were building the config here and going through all the bits that we needed to kind of describe our current game, we realized there was a little bit more. There was some stuff missing. Stuff was named a little wrong. So then we added all that and ended up breaking a bunch of tests, and then finished fleshing out the models to match this new description, this new idea. And then what did we do? And then we had so then we needed to figure out how to get this config into our objects that we made. So we started off with a game. So when you play the config, you pass in a config. Right now it's just the default one. The game calls its own from config. This was kind of a fun little pattern here. And then for each room in the game, it calls the config for the room. And then if we look at what room does, look at that. So a room sets up itself from the config and then calls the same stuff. Calls from config on items and its NPCs and so on and so forth. I think that's actually the end of the line. If we go to item, that's the end. And then NPC is also, an NPC also has items. So one more layer. But that gets us our collection of objects. So now we have all of our bits all created. We should be able to start talking to them. So let's say, yay, we did it. Huzzah. Today, I had a couple ideas to do. It was either the input parser, could be fun. Right, so the game, something needs to translate, right? We have this main, not in the spotlight yet, psycho. We have this main, currently it just asks over and over in a loop, what does thou doest? And then just has the parsed, if this is as simple as it needs to be, it's not, but if it was, then we have our action as our first thing and our object is our second. But we need to pass that to the game and let the game pass that on, right? We gotta the game might need to ask a room, and the room might need to ask an item, and all that stuff. So we need to build a parser for that. This is step one, maybe. This could be a step. It needs to be a little more resilient because I don't know if you remember. You can I forgot to open up. Let's actually open up Homestar Dungeon Man. If you, it's playing noise in my ears. One of the things in the Dungeon Man is we can say go north, and it goes north, but we can also just say south, and it goes south. This is interesting. I just noticed that there is a you go south through yon corridor, and I think I'm still in the main room because so we'll have to handle that. We don't handle navigation specific, this little preface sentence, you go south. Does it say that every time? Oh yeah. Okay. That's a little transitional phrase. So every navigation, it just says what you're doing. So if we say south again, it'll say you head south to, okay. That's a special one. And if we say north again, you just go north. Oh, okay. They're all different. Jeez. So we'll need some sort of, a map of when you're in this room and you say south, or if you're coming from a certain direction, it needs to have a different phrase. Okay, forgot that. But anyway, back to the parser. go is the action, is the command. North is like the object or the noun. But sometimes north is a command. So the parser needs to know which ones of those are special, right? Because if you just type dagger, I believe that doesn't work. Let's just type. If I just type dagger, oops, right, doesn't compute. But if I type get dagger, right, so there are some, yeah, okay. There are some, oops, some, or just with navigation, those are actually commands as well. So we'll have to handle that. Let me put that in a note. Handle navigation single word, or yes, I don't know, navigation commands. I'll just do that. That's a little sub note. So that's something we could do. Oh yeah, this is kind of part of it, right? Passing that input to the game over and over again. That's kind of part of it. And then continuously feed game. Stop. Okay, so this was all a part. Okay, I think because I committed, it's like flashing the git lens in my face. In me face. So that sounds fun. I think we should do that. So I think in main, how should we handle this? Because we could initialize it outside the loop, which probably makes sense. But then how do you, maybe we'll worry about quitting later or yeah, exiting the loop, right? Or this could actually before we pass the input to the game, we could kind of know, okay, outside of the loop, if you type exit, the game knows to quit maybe. Or this could be the same. We could still say, chomp it. If it's exit, just leave. Is there? I don't think there is. Oops. I don't think there is any exit command. Yeah. So game wise, you're stuck. You have to turn the computer off and on again. So let's start that. I think so. I'm just gonna. I don't really have a good idea for this. I'm just gonna kind of go off the top of my head here. So like, oops. So game new. The game. Oh, we already said that with just play. This was made up. This isn't actually a real thing. I thought we made. Oh yeah, we did have some failing specs. Where were we at? Spick. We did fail. We should probably fix those first because I think at least make sure these are ideas that we want to keep. Oh yeah, I just made a whole bunch of stuff up just to get tests to fail. So let's just do the first one, I guess. Let's see. To start makes sense. Game start and game play. Play calls start. What do I want to type here? This is kind of the code I want to write when I'm using it is probably better than just something made up. Without actually being used. So I'm gonna type some code up here and see what we want to write. So we want to say game new. The game that I want to play eventually would be cool if in your loop you maybe yeah, I'm trying to think of getting ahead of myself. Trying to think of how you could start a game picking the cartridge that you want. I'm imagining that this Dungeon Man config eventually becomes a Dungeon Man.json or whatever, .cart, whatever you want to, if we can call it something special. And you can run the script, / dungeon crawler space the config name or -f for a file or something, whatever. Doesn't matter. But that would be a separate file. And then that would spin up the game with that config already. I think right now we're just gonna use the default until we get that all set up. So it's gonna pass it in, even though eventually will be asking what game, right? Because if you can't just turn a console on with no game in it, it doesn't make any sense. You got to ask. You can't just be like dungeon crawl or whatever and it play. So yeah, if this was called Thy Dungeon Man, that would work. But we're building something slightly a little more complex. So we're just gonna say game new. That gets us a game. When the game does need a prompt setting. We did think of that. So in the config, we need a couple things. Before I forget, this is getting ahead of myself, but I want to put this in here just so I remember to do it. Each game is going to probably have its own parser, right? So the standard, we'll call it standard. Maybe we'll call it the Dungeon Man part. I don't know. Or maybe it's And right in this game, we have a single go thing, look thing, do thing, right? But that might not be true for all dungeon crawlers, right? You could there could be a command that's like take the sconce off the wall, and it's a more complex, a full sentence. And this parser that we're gonna make cannot handle that. It handles go north. It handles get flask, and then and it will handle just north, and that's it. So I wanted to make it flexible so that if you did make a new config, you could make your own parser for it. If you made a new game that has some more advanced things, and you could supply a parse class somehow. I don't know, and maybe you do that when you start the game up. You can be like Ruby dungeon crawler, and here's my game or whatever. That's the eventuality I think I'm imagining here. But we need a prompt. Here's our main prompt that I believe is the same. Oh, what wouldst thou do? Is that always the same? Go north. I think that's always the same. Yeah. I don't have the. Is the Dungeon Man that one? Gotta open up the actual file here. Do I have what wouldst? I didn't have that. I just had it. I didn't. In my C++ version, I only had a paren. I didn't add the whole thing. What the heck? Okay. So our prompt is what wouldst thou do, I think. Oops, I've already forgotten. Wouldst thou deau do. Is there? There is a question mark. Okay. And then a new line. Oh, this is a caret too. Why are we? Perfect. Gosh, memory's bad. Wouldst thou do? Okay, so this needs to be defined in the game to repeat itself. So like we'll have, I don't know, prompty. And so we'll define the. Oh, I thought of another thing. Oh, darn it. Oh yeah, change config to JSON conditional. Yeah, yep, that is it in a to do. We might need to switch room names for chords. I thought of this actually right before I started, which was in a lot of cases, right, from the main room and you go north, main is now south. So if you say go south, you mean go down one. You don't mean go to the south room. So you can't just use the name of the room to navigate. You can't say go main. And I don't even know I don't think main is a thing. I think you go north. Okay, south. Yeah, like they don't even call this main even. this is actually known as not Dennis. Yeah. So actually, I should call it that. So the actual name of this room is not Dennis, which is gonna probably throw a wrench into the parser since it's a spaced name. But so right, we had this idea of putting the exits in the room so it knows obvious exits are, and there was an idea about making this dynamic. We could get there, that it probably still could work. But the problem is when you're in north and exits are south means not Dennis. So we'll have to, and I think the easier way to handle that is probably just make a map, or like have this room have a chord. So if we call this, this one will be 0, 0. Learn where a comma is, bud. And then when we're parsing navigation, we'll just know south means go down 1, right? So that would be -1, right? So that could be the simpler way, instead of having to do some crazy weird, conditionals on, okay, well, if I'm north and you say south, what I really mean is, right? Like, I think just building this as a proper map is probably the right way to do this. So this one will be +1. South will be -1. I ran a spec on accident. And then Dennis, I think we'll just make up where Dennis is. I think I'm going to say Dennis is west. So then we need to alias not Dennis to mean east. Okay. Anyway, getting ahead of ourselves. I think this is what we want to do. I think this is what's going to work. But yeah, we'll get there. Okay. Switch name rooms for chords. And then what else? Oh, let's go back. Okay. Let's focus. What are we doing? We're trying to just parse the input here. So we have a game. Temp is our gets. While doesn't equal exit. I think I need to drop through passing whatever temp is to make sure that the while loop we can get there, or let game let it fall through. So if we always pass it to game, like exit just means spit it back out, I guess. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. So game parse temp. We could just parse gets. Oh, I need to store it though so that I can know to chomp it. Okay. If temp dot chomp doesn't equal exit, I'll fix it. I know it's gross. I'll fix it. Jeez. So this is gonna let the game won't even hear about it, and then the loop can stop. So I just want to see if this works. So if what do we do? Main? I'm in main. No such directory. Main. Oh, main.rb. Oh. Did I not? Main. Oh, I didn't. Will it still work? I didn't put the hash bang on it. Syntax error near temp. I think I need to put that. Oh my gosh, where's my Ruby? Which Ruby? Well, yeah, no, that's not the right one. I've done this before. Hashbang. I'm calling it the wrong thing. It's called something else. User bin. Is it there? Let's see. User bin. Ruby. Okay, it definitely is there. That's like that's the. Fine. I don't want to get stuck on that right now. Just type Ruby. Okay. We got to require the game. And we're in main. Where is it? I think it's an app. Oh, lovely. Thank you for the help. Okay. Okay. Missing keyword start. Game new. Oh, did we say that a new game? Oh, I just want to play it. Is that what I want? Now I don't even know what I want to start with. Okay. This play calls from config, but play sets up the game already for us. And I don't want to do that in a loop. So maybe this should just return the game. So play, right? Play takes from config, it sets up a player, and then what happens to the player? The game needs a player. Oh no. Players. I don't think we had any idea about that. Okay. We'll have to do that. Oh, start did it. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's go back. So start with a player and then return self. So start is going to start, puts the player in the game and then returns itself so we can use it. Okay, so let's call play. That's what we want. Game.play. Now we have a game. Okay, so now we can call parse, which doesn't exist. And that's going to be parse input. And it's going to have a parser. It'll probably get it from the config. That was what I was imagining. Okay. So let's just see if this works. Motherfucker. Oh. That's surprising to me. Not surprising. How did the test even work from that? Did I test game from config? Okay. It's supposed to call it. No. Okay. That's very confusing. I would have expected the spec to fail because it wasn't including or it wasn't requiring room, but it fails when I use it. Maybe we didn't get. Oh, you know what? I don't think we got that. Hold on. Watch one of these fail because of that. Specs, models, game. One of these is going to be. Oh. Okay. Silly goose. Oh my gosh. Let's get a room in there, huh? Now it's failing. Okay, now it's just different stuff. But that, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, there is no game player. Game calls it. Game needs a player. Game needs a room too. So, these should be on top. So I actually don't think this needs to be here. The font is so big I can't see. Okay. Yep. Sweet. Okay. So, okay, now that we know that gameplay is going to do all the stuff, it's going to, is that the right word? Play, init, gameplay. I don't know what's I want this to describe the setup, insert cartridge, turning it on, like game on, power on, right? But it doesn't actually start until, well, I guess it does. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Is this dumb? Parse the input, dummy. Is it dumb that play calls start and all start does is set the play? I think that is kind of dumb. I think this is a little convoluted here. I'm gonna get rid of this idea of starting versus playing and just set the game player from config. I can just do this. That's probably better. And then just return game. I think I like that better. When you initialize a game, I said at some point that you need to tell me where to start. Is that true? Is that a weird thing? Oh yeah, game new says start from the config start. I called start, not Dennis. Okay. That should work. From config, calls to config. That's there with a new player. Okay. Let's maybe get these. So start isn't a thing anymore. We're like, nope. I hate that idea. I hate it. Can't see when I run it twice. Okay, player equals. There's no game. Oh. From config needs to return the game, which it does, but it says it's nil. Interesting. And then no conversion of symbol to integer for, I think, is this just blowing up somewhere down the line in a room? Config. So every room needs a description. And did we break that? Oh, I just hid the window instead of hiding that guy. Did I spell description wrong? Let's see. That one's got it. That one's got it. South has got it. Dennis has got it. What is going on? Did I spell description right? we could start logging some stuff. We got to play from config, map each room, and then in game we passed in the room config. Oh, what am I doing here? What? What am I doing here, guys? Oh my gosh. Config rooms. That's what we want. You can't just, I don't want to loop on all of it. Player still, now we're getting, okay. So now room needs to know about items, which we definitely didn't tell it about. So let's grab a require item. Okay. A room also needs to know about NPCs, NPSs. And what do we got? Oh. Is that it looked like it was an infinite loop, but it was just a long stack trace. Okay, undefined method config for the group. Where is that at? Game spec. Oh, we never made that up. From config. I think it takes it doesn't take the default. Play does. can I just use this in the spec for now? Game config. Okay. It expected instance to receive start, but did oh yeah. It should not. So what does play do? Play now just calls from config and then sets the player. So that's all we need to check that this does. So we expect it to receive from config, and then we also expect we expect the subject to change. Okay, so let's do this. Expect subject to change game.player. That might also need to be from nil to not nil to a player. From nil? Yeah, we don't know what it's to. Just from nil. Does that work? Play creates an instance, and we don't have access to the instance from here. Oh boy. Oh brother. Okay. Okay, I could do any instance. We'll do this the old-fashioned way, I think. Expect any. Is this the right way? Instance of described class. Oh, we could just say to receive player equal. I don't know. All I care is that it got the message. Let's do that. I don't actually care that it. I don't need to test player equals. We'll just say that works. Okay. Oh, we're all calling act. Okay. I'm already calling subject after, so I don't have to do that again. So let's see if this works. I deleted one too many ends. Can't see. Okay, so we're back to the game. One passes. So from config passes. It expects it to be an instance of a game, which there it is. So for some reason, this game. Well, we need a writer. Oh no, that's accessor is a writer. Why is this? So let's put some putses right here. And then just because it's hard sometimes to tell where they're at. Nope. Oh, went to the bottom. Go away, you. Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay. We did it. Let's go back. Sorry. Okay, so we have a game in one case, and then we have no game in another. How is that possible? That means that from config is getting stuck and erroring, and oh, you okay. This happens more often than it should to me. When you expect something in RSpec, it just stops the call stack right there. So this actually returns nil. So from config or expecting to receive will stop the call stack right there and just return nil. You need to tell it specifically to call original. Oh gosh, there it is. Yeah, little gotcha that hits me more often than it should. I always forget. I think it's because I write a test that works, like this one works, and then I'm like, oh, cool, let me write one after that. Like, what's going to happen next? And then I just always forget to make sure that it keeps going. I mean, if this could be a different, like, I think there is a, some pattern. You shouldn't expect more than one thing in a describe. So if this was in a different context, then it wouldn't have happened to me. But these are so simple. It feels like a waste to make a whole new context just to describe that player equals happened. I don't know. I don't do it, but then I mess up. Then I do that every once in a while. Okay. Now the tests are working. Yay. So let's close that. Do all the tests work? It's actually a better button. Yay. I say a lot. Did you notice that? I hate. I don't have any music playing or anything, so the silence is. I can like hear my ears ringing because I'm wearing, some like nice noise canceling earbuds. So like I just have to fill the space with an Got to get used to not doing that. Take a big deep breath. Okay. Literally just did it again. Oh, brother. Okay. We're parsing. Oh, let's just see now. Where are we at? Let's just see now if this throws an error. Not that. Oh. We're not. We're in, but it doesn't know what the part. Okay. Didn't error. We got to gets, but then we didn't ask any question. We didn't prompt, right? We got a prompt. So oh gosh. So prompt, let's see, how should prompt work? Prompt is going to take gets maybe? Or prompt will just take the, Okay, prompt is just going to like send the thing out. Let's see how that works. I was debating making a proper getter for this, like an actual accessor, but I think there's got to be a different pattern. I think that emerges. I don't know what it is yet, but the things like the parser and the prompt and the start, rather than making like methods for each of those, I'm just going to access them directly for right now until I figure out what I really want. I think that's better than doing a whole bunch of work and then undoing it. I've already been doing that a little bit. So we should see the prompt. We should see it. We're not seeing it. Okay. Play returns, so config returns the game. Play returns the game with a player. We have the game. Oh, I might need to. Do I need to puts there? I figured it would have just done it. Interesting. What was I doing before? Yeah, we were just putzing and it worked. Okay. Oh, idiot. Idiot. Okay. It's just waiting. It was just waiting for us. Like, yeah, you told me to do a gets and you're just sitting there on your butt waiting for me. So, okay. Undefined method for nil. I don't believe you. Oh, I do believe you. It makes it from the config, but then it also just passes it in. That seems nice. Why not just initialize with a player? I knew you were gonna say it. You were like, "Hey, why are you doing this extra thing?" I should have changed both those at the same time. Config player. Okay. That makes just so much more sense. From config. Oh yeah, but then I wanted it to be like play made the player instead of from config making the player. Does that matter? Let's pretend that doesn't matter for right now. It might feel gross later. But oh. We could actually. Like, why not just do that? Why not just make a player? It's not special. Like, you always need one. Like, why? I don't remember what I was thinking there. I think maybe if there was some state that you wanted to give the player before, like number, like extra lives or something, you'd take that from the config, maybe. And now this is like, you don't need to do that because. So now play is just an alias from config, which then does all the stuff for us. I'm going to change that probably more times, but I could go back and forth on it forever. So I'm going to stop. Okay, so the prompt now knows where the config should be, except it refuses to print. Oh, because now I wasn't put. Okay, so can I just put from here? I don't know if that's any better. I wonder if main should handle all the putzing. Yeah, cool. Cool. Oh. Going, okay. Ooh, is there a space? I mean, there kind of is, but I'm just going to leave it. That looks great. What would cells do? Go north. Exit. Yay. It needs a space. Ugh, fine. Prompt. Who should be in charge of that? Right? Should it be that? Oh, that looks so much better. Exit. Cool. Wow. This is like you should use string interpolation. Of course. And then That looks like it's on accident. Like, oh, you forgot a space. Where the plus space seems like very intentional. This doesn't seem intentional. So I need to put like trailing space is intentional. Don't fix it. Someone's going to go in there and try to fix it. So we can prompt. We start with a prompt. Then we call gets. Then parse takes in whatever was taken from gets. We currently need it outside just to handle the exit case. Maybe we can do that another way. Maybe this can check game.done and it can just check that the internal, whatever the last message was that it got was exit. We could do that. That seems kind of nice because I do want a command, a single command that just prompts, takes the input, and then right hand and parses it all at once. So this does seem a little like main knows way too much about how the game works, right? All main is in charge of is calling one thing and then checking the condition. Like, should I be done? Game.finished. Like, that's what we should check. Game playing. While game playing. Sure. Let's do that. So we are playing as long as our last input doesn't equal exit. Okay, so input should be nil. I don't know. I wanted to put it there just so I know that I remember that it's there, even though you don't have to. So let's call this input in. Oh my goodness. Where's the U? Terrible. What are you mad at? Oh, yeah. Of course. Now I gotta fix it. So we make a new game. We got a config. We got the start position. We're just working on the parser. Stop worrying about start position. So as long as the input doesn't equal exit, we're still playing. And what we want to do is that like a round? What do we call this? Maybe we just call it play. Maybe that's what play is. Maybe this is game start. Oh, I like that better. Start. And then play. Ooh. Yes. Play is all of that other stuff. Oh. Play is the prompt plus the input plus the parse, right? That's the play. That's how you play. You prompt, you input, you parse. So you prompt, you input. How do we do that? So yeah, we just do play. This is cool. This is better. Okay, so somewhere play needs to take a gets. Is that going to work? Or can I call it from play? Ooh. Temp is now our input, right? What is this? Favor modifier. Oh, modifier. Is that what it wants? Okay. So we just set the raw input from a gets. and we call parse. Where'd my parse go? So parse is just going to do nothing with it. And then we should get back to a prompt. Is this going to work? We're not putting anything. Play. Who's in charge of printing stuff? I feel like the prompt should be. You should know. You should know that. Okay. Go north. Oh. Oh, I just moved it. Okay. Go north. Ooh. Wrong number of arguments. Given 0, expected 1 for parse. Oh, yeah. We know our input. It's now on. It's on us. We don't need to do that. Go north. Yeah. So anything works, but then exit. Oh. How do we? Oh, because we got to parse it, and then it is just calling prompt again. Game playing. So that should have checked. So we should have called parse. It should have went back up to, chomp it. Can I just gis.chomp right here? So everything works. We don't know what it does yet, but exit. If I know where the X is. Oh, yeah. We're playing. That works. We need to define the parser. Needs to do stuff. So we should have a parser. But the parser won't have access to the input because it's a separate thing. So we'll have to pass that in. Now, where the parser came from, this is going to be gross. Oops. I keep doing that. I'm not going to tell you why. And it's going to have... Is that how I want to do it? Something like that, right? So when you make your game, you pass in this config. Your config defines some parser to use, right? Because then there could be like a more complicated one that has a whole bunch of fun stuff in it. And if your game requires that, you'll have to make it. You'll have to make a parser for it. So when we make a new one and we set the config, that's where it should probably do it. So it should set the parser here from the config. That probably makes sense. So just like we kind of set up, these are like our 3 inits, but then we need to like set up some other stuff. So it's going to get it from, but it does need to be a new, right? Because I would want to do like parser const. How do you do that again? Here's the code I want to write. I don't remember if this is right. Parser config. I mean, we can make the config have the full name. Something like that. I don't remember. So as long as that's defined, that should work. There isn't really an initializer. So then we have an instance. We can just call it parse. This is the standard game parser that handles a single command and object. I wonder if the parser should know. The parser kind of needs to know about the special navigation commands. Navigation, like single navigation input is parsed as go command, something like that. So there's that case. If you go north, you can go north, or you can just say north. Or if you go south, you can go south. But if you just say south, it works too. So I'm going to build that in to the standard parser, since that is a requirement for Dungeon Man to work. So that'll be a part of its spec. If you don't want it to do that, you can make a new one. It doesn't. Yeah, parser standard. I could call this parser standard. It's fine. This should work. This should work, right? Open up a game parser. Yep. Wait, I shouldn't have to do that. It's mad at parser standard, but it's not mad at config. And I use config directly, so I should be able to use parser directly. Oh, I'm not. Am I? No, yeah, I'm still inside. Use nested module class instead of compact style. Oh. I mean, fine. That's not the problem, but fine. Oh my goodness. Down. Parser module to house all parsers. There you go. And you're mad at it's empty. That's fine. Okay. Why? Okay. Different error. Undefined method const for instance of. Okay. Yeah. How do I get a const from a string? Ruby get constant from string. Const get? Is that what it is? Constantize. That's what. That'll work. I think that works. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Const get. Oh, active support. Oh yeah, used to that. Rails only. We just need const get. For instance of game. You lying to me, internet? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, makes the API, I mean, this is a little icky, but it makes the API a little nicer. Oops. For the config, you don't have to, I could even, let's make it a little bit more robust here. Let's make it so you can just pass the name, and even if it's, the wrong casing, we'll still figure it out. So now parser is going to be at parser. Learn how to type. And then we can do this. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That should work. Oh, my goodness. Why am I typing exit? Oh, hey, we're back. Ruby main. Ruby main. Okay. Go north. Ooh. Ooh. What did we do wrong here? Wrong constant name. Oh, yeah. Duh. So the parser needs to take config parser and it's capitalized. Stinking Rails too. Standard. No, it's not. Yay. It's always hard to remember which things are when you only use Rails Ruby your whole life, you forget which things are just in Ruby and which are part of Rails. Not IRB. Beautiful. I really want to get the shebang working. Why isn't my shebang working? Ruby shebang. Oh, is it local? It's not my local bin, is it? Oh, is there? I wonder if that's space. I tried to put it in here so I could just type main. User local bin Ruby. User. Yeah, I keep getting a bad interpreter. User bin. Do I RBMV? There's something special about because I have RBMV maybe. RBN shebang file. Is there a special way to do that? Yeah, it should be. I mean, I want it to work. I keep getting distracted. That should work. I don't know why it doesn't. It's saying I don't have a Ruby, but if you user bin Rails, there is a Ruby there. Oh, app RB. What? That's weird. Does this work? I don't want it to work, but if it does, I guess whatever. Main. Yeah, see? Okay. It's not just me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I thought that was how you did it. I just have to type Ruby every time. Okay. We have not built the input parser yet. That's step number 1. We're still continuously feed game input. Actually, we think we're kind of close. Oh, we did this. We did this. Oh, little X. That looks too big. Too big. Yeah. And we need to keep, okay, so feeding the game, the continuous input is our current problem. We have a parser. If it's not there, it'll make one. Cool. Awesome. Capitalize does the right thing. Does capitalize actually work? Open. IRB. If I have like standard. Awesome. Exactly what I want. Okay. So we're going to get the input. That just sets it. And we don't even have to get it. Parse is going to give us parser.parse is going to turn that into our action and our object. So somewhere this is going to return two things. Can Ruby do that? That's what I want it to do. I want it to return the action and the object. It could, I mean, if it's an array, it's fine, whatever. And then we need to tell the game, like, do it. Like, send the action with the object as the param, and then the game. So action, if it's get, go, look, right? We need to figure that out, how to like let the game know that those exist. And those, we had an idea about defining that in the main here. So like here's rooms, so like having names of commands that are valid. Help needs to be one, I think, that always works. Help is just an alias for look. Yeah. So look with no command, right? That asks the room for the look command. Yeah, not sure where to go with that yet. Something like this, though. I think the game, what would be neat is if the game asked itself, hey, do I respond to go? Or if I don't, ask a room. Does a room respond to go? Or actually go's a special one since that one has to do navigation, but like look, I guess. I think actually did we have a list of, we had a list of commands. Where did I put that? It's in the README. I think we could probably tell if any need to ask the room. Wait, die is a command? Oh my gosh. Wait, that works. Hold on. Awesome. We could add that in. We could add die in, right? That just like immediately prompts with a replay button. We do need to encode the replay button somewhere too. Send. This needs to be. Oh boy. Yeah, let's just get the parser parsing, huh? We'll do the easiest thing first, which is just split it. So we have action equals input. We'll call it, what do we call the tokens? I don't know. It actually, not Dennis is the special one. We only need to split on the first, and then the last bits are whatever the object is. I wish I had. So here's the dumb way, and we should write a test for all these. That would be cool. So parse has an action and an object. This will be the easiest way to do this, and it's going to return action object. Should it name them? Not right now. I'm just going to do that. Does this actually work? I don't know if this works. Yeah, what's that going to do? I think what it's going to do is it's going to be an array and then nil, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Times 60. 60 is fine. Sure. I don't want to change it. 60. We're doing 60. Okay. So, and then that's what it's going to do, but that's not going to work right now. So we'll just say, don't do that. And we'll just spit it out as each individual thing. Oh, wait, did that? Okay. I can't tell if that worked because I think when it puts it on an array will get split on the new lines. I can't. Dang it. Oh, brother. Did not help. Did not help. Okay. Object. What does this do? Oh. Oh, did you see that? It worked. Okay. Go north. Yeah. That totally works. Amazing. Man, I love that. It's like a little destructure. I like it. Don't normally do that in Ruby. But then here's the one that breaks. Go, not Dennis, right? The object isn't just not. We need to get the last bits. And I can't remember. I think it's that. And then it needs to join those back together. Well, okay. You knew what I meant, computer. You knew what I meant. Go, not Dennis. Ooh. I should have wrote a spec for that. I got too excited. I should have just wrote down all the things I want and then test drove it, but this was my test. I was just typing it myself. So then we say look up. Yes. But if I just say north, here's the part that's going to break, right? We have, I guess, oh, that's interesting. If there is no object, maybe that's how we can check. Right? Because if I just type, there are singular commands, right? Look. If I just say get, right, doesn't work. Look works always. So there's look in any direction. Those are like the single, if there is no object, those work. Dennis, he does work. And then not Dennis is the only way to go not Dennis. If you say go not Dennis, that's the tricky one. That one breaks. I think you can say walk too. We have to go not Dennis first. So if I say walk south, walk doesn't work. Why? I must have added that. I thought I added walketh. Or, maybe. Oh, I added take ye, get ye. I didn't add that. They have that. Those all work. Or those all trigger a, you can't get that. Is that right? Get dagger. Get ye dagger. Okay, so that just means this, right? Any of those. Does take work? Oh. That's interesting. Take dagger is not the same as get dagger is special. Oh. Get yawn and get thing, take thing. So those, okay, it's going to be a little tricky. Okay. Because those are all going to need to be like aliases for the same action. Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah. We could do that. We can do that. Continuously feed game input. I think we're doing that. Right? We're doing that. It's getting to prompt or it's getting to parse. Oh, this is what we mean. Okay, once this works, then we know that we're continuously giving the game input. So, wrong direction. Well, let's just put it back while I don't want to see those squigglies. Okay, we need to make a parser test. Okay, well, now that we're here, what do we call this? It's not a model. It's a util. It's a lib. It's a, what are you? A parser, a service, a lib. Any other? I think it's a lib. And then we'll have parse. Oh, parser's a folder. Why is this so far away? Okay. Just to make it easier to test, I'm pulling it out. I don't know if I need. Is it going to get mad that? Oops. Yeah, it is mad. Okay. Darn it. I don't know why it wants me to do that. Yeah. Missing string literal. Okay. Oh, beautiful. So fast. And we don't need a game. We need the app lib parser standard. Oh, we need to we need to test all these new methods we made. Oh, we got a parse, we got a parser, we got play, we got prompt. Oh, we got playing. Oh geez. I'm gonna make empty. I'm gonna so I don't forget. I'm gonna make some empty tests. Okay, parse. That one's actually easy because it just calls the parser. But maybe we could test if it was given a different parser, that it would work. We have parser, which is important because it needs to test that it knows how to const get. Okay. We need play, playing, and prompt. We have play. Do I have that in my clipboard? No, I don't. We need playing. I don't know why I'm not just saving an entire thing. Prompt. Or we prompt? Prompt. And is that it? Oh, start. Self.start. Oh, these are all. No. Why didn't you tell me? Someone should have told me. Playing. Prompt. I think class, I do like the class methods maybe first, even though they're not alphabetical. Then you can just see the two classes on top. I don't know. Might change my mind. Yep. Thank you. Do I want to? I'm not moving that out yet. I'm getting distracted. I was like, okay, now I can. I don't want it. This is a to do. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't cut it out. Why do I have that open? Okay. So, got to fill out the game specs. Got to fill out standard specs. Main is looking so good. Nice and easy. Yeah. Can we do this? Can we do 20 minutes filling all this out? What does standard have? Standard just has parse. But we do have the special case that we haven't even tried to fix yet. So do I want to do that last? Let's do that last. These are easier. Or we already defined them. So like start easy, just calls from config. Is that dumb? Should start. Oh, I think I liked it because then I was calling from config on everything, even though this could just be called start. Oh, but it passes the. I don't know. I'm going to leave it. Even though it's dumb, I'm going to leave it. Okay. Because all it does is call from config, right? So subject. Oh, boy. Too many. So if we call start. Oh, it does take a config. Sure, we'll use the same one. I know it's redundant. I know. Let me do it, okay? We need to do after subject, and then we're just going to say it expects to call. So expect expect describe class. Why does it from config? I mean, I guess you don't, since it's a single arg, start might have more stuff in it. Maybe that's why I thought like it should be important to have the config in there, but from config, like why not just use, I don't know. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to break too many things. And I'm going to be sad. Okay. So start should be, oh gosh. Undefined method receive. I before E, except after C. Get it wrong every time. Boom. So start is good. From config, you should still be good. Still good. Parse. This one should be easy. I need a little more room. Parse should just, we don't actually know it. All we know is that it's going to call parse on whatever parser we have. That's all we know. It does do more things, but we don't know what they are yet. So the subject is a described instance. Do I have an instance of a game? I don't. So we'll make one described class dot new. It needs a whole bunch of stuff when you make a. Oh, it just needs a start and a config. Okay. Config. Why don't I make that a let? Hello. Oh, too high. End of the line. Config. Up. I I have to say what I'm doing, and then it works if I just let my fingers type. They go all the wrong places, apparently. Oh, yeah. Neat. Oh, I probably had one in here that I didn't change. Yep. Config. That should still work. That should still work. What are you mad at? Oh. I should ignore that in tests. Like, what? What does that even mean? Our spec describe has too many lines? Get out of here. Get out of town. So it takes a config. It takes a start. I thought we put that into the config. Why would you have a separate start? Yeah. You're crazy. You are crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Now these are all starting to they're starting to collapse. I had too many ideas that are now mostly the same thing. Okay, that's simpler though, right? Like why? Yeah, the config knows where to start. Like that should be set. If we needed it, we could set it here. We don't need it yet, but yeah, we could like at start equals config start, right? We could like that actually should be. Yeah. The whole game currently needs the config and breaking apart all the bits that we need. I don't know what they all are yet, so I don't want to make a whole bunch of IVARs and then change my mind. And yeah. Okay. From config. Still works. Start. Does start work? I can't tell. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Ooh. So parse is going to be our described instance.parse. Parse doesn't take anything because it knows its input. So all we do here is we're expecting an instance of a parser. We're expecting described instance to receive parser. And then parser.parse. We can say message chain. Is that receive message chain? Parser parse with it's the described instances input. I guess we'll say nil. We haven't set it. Need more space. Undefined method start. Yep. Where did start go? Self.start. Undefined. Where? Oh, yeah. We changed our mind. We don't need that. Get out of here. Okay, parse. Whoa, there's our game. It's got a parser. Standard. Oh yeah, it's in the config. So we expected parser any args 1 time, got 0 times. Yep. Because we needed to do this. Never happened. We never did it. Oh. Received message parse with no. Oh, because you dumb dummy. Yeah. Okay. So this is right with empty context. With empty input. I mean, I don't know. Is it worth checking? I don't know. With some input. And then we can say before game input. Oh, we don't call it game. It's called described instance dot input equals Hello, world. Ooh. Nah, it's fine. Equals input. It might get mad at me because it's like in the before I'm asking for input, even though it's not there yet. We'll see. Kevin has a question. With this setup, does the subject block get called both before and after each spec, or is the subject only called when you explicitly reference subject, like a let? Yeah. So the current, if so, subject will get called when you use is expected, I believe, like this. But you know what? Okay, you might be right. Sorry. Now I'm understanding. Subject maybe always happens, and then I'm just calling it again after. So I could move the start into, or I could move subject into the after, because I'm never actually referencing it after that. I think I've done that. I do it when I need to access the subject later, but in all these cases I don't. So yeah, I think you're right. So if I do this, that works. That one's fine, right? But if we just do this, right, we could test actually that it does twice by logging in start. Did I get here twice? Oh. Maybe I was right. I thought, yeah. I think unless you use the is expected, it doesn't, just the regular expectation doesn't know to call it. So if I don't call after, it never happened. We don't, I mean, it failed, but we don't even have the log. So yeah, I think we're good. I did not get here twice. Sweet. So these two its look the same. There is a way to share them. I don't know if it's worth it with only two. Oh. That's not what I want. I actually would have expected. Oh, no, because that's a no. Yeah, I need it and call original. Now we should have. I don't want this for the test, but I do want to see it in the logs that it's working. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's only available on a partial. What? Expect instance to receive. Oh, because I'm doing a message chain, probably. Yeah, you probably can't do that. I could. Yeah, no, me too. I mean, your question made me. Immediately I was like, oh yeah, he's right. It's doing it twice, but yeah, no, it only called it once. I could do this a different way where I like expect it to receive a parser, return a dummy parser, and then expect the parser to receive parse. But I'm not really testing the parser right now. I just care that it calls the thing, right? Uh, like I don't really care how, like, we're going to test that somewhere else. I don't care. I want it to just happen. And then maybe I might get myself in trouble because I might need these later. So, well, for now, that's all parse is going to test, I think. Okay, parser. Here's a fun one. So parser needs to turn a parser string and just make sure that we return a new instance of a parser. Oh, should it? It's going to error. We could handle this nicely and check for the rescue from a whatever const error it's going to throw and say like parser is not defined or something. Like, let's see what the error is actually. So parser, we have a couple contexts. We have when parser exists. Does not. My want to use contractions goes down when I have to change it from single quotes to double quotes. I'll use does not. So when the parser exists, we expect it to return a parser. So we'll say the subject will be described instance.parser. And then, so that we need to, config. Oh. So we can stub a call to config parser, or that seems simpler than making a whole game with a parser that has the right thing. So I think what we'll say is, too high, go away, you. So I think what we'll say is, did I put before subject? I think I do. Before. Oh my goodness. Now I'm totally lost. keep hitting command up and it goes to the top. I'm messing with remapped keys so I can get used to Vim navigation, and it is a challenge. So complex. This one does not exist, right? So we'll say when it does exist, it is expected to not, one, raise an error. It's kind of a weird test, but the other one will. So, and then is expected to equal or to be instance of game parser standard. Should there be an explicit test for handling the casing when parser exists? Sure. Why not? Context handles any casing. Whoa. Got an email in my ears. Standard. Okay. And then, so our before is expect described instance to receive config and return, and we'll just return an object that has a parser in it. that? No, like that. What happens? What happens? Uninitialized constant game parser. I think that's because it's not in the game anymore. And now we need to include it. Oh, that's interesting. We'll have to figure that out later to make it a little more robust, but right now you have to you have to know which parsers you have. So maybe this can require the whole folder. Can you do that if I just require the whole folder? And then you just know it's there. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's still wrong. No, I wonder if does it handle. Should really know how like Ruby require works. Can you? I think there's a way to require tree. Require tree. Require tree. Is that a thing? I want everything in parser. Darn it. Maybe that's a Rails thing. Fine. I'll figure it out later. Discussion requires standard. Yeah. Okay. Is expected to not. Oh yeah, you can't. That's another annoying thing. I want to use as expected, but you can't with a block. So you have to do that. Come on. Right. So, whatever. Ooh, that works. That works. Okay. So when it does not exist, you stinking guy, when it does not exist, we do expect it to raise an error. 2. Go away. Okay. Oh. Using raise error without a matcher? Oh, because... Hold on. My cup just spilled. Yeah, expecting to raise any error is kind of a no-no, right? Because who the heck knows what that, you could be wrong. You could have an argument error. You could have, a name error. You could have something, who knows where. And your test is like, yep, like it passed, but like not for the right reasons. So we want to know specifically, oh, look, actual error raised was a name error. Yeah, that's what we want. That's oh, okay. I think we can do raise error, and then if you pass it a string like that, that works. Oh boy. Hold on. Get out. Yeah. Cool. So now we're very much expecting, hey, but uninitialized constant parser complex, is that enough to tell, me, future me, oh shoot, I need to make that parser actually? It might be. We could, right? The thing we could do is rescue a name error here and then just raise a not implemented or something that's like, you need to make this. But for simplicity, I think it's fine. I'm just going to leave it. Cool. Is that parser done? Is that the... right? Handles casing, and handles when it doesn't exist. Yeah. Great. Oh, playing. Ah, two more. Jeez. Why did I did too much at once, and now I'm having to backfill, which it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So what playing and prompt are easy though, right? Playing context. When input is equals exit. Oh, that time it actually was not as bad. When input does not equal exit. Sub described instance stop playing. Oh my goodness. I did it again. Gonna do it every time. We can use as expected here. Yay. To be. To be or not to be. And then for each of these, we just need to set it. I had that somewhere. Oh, I had it here. I don't know why I just moved what I just did. I could have the before just do it in each of the sections, but for some reason I like having like it's like less logic is in the context. So like it's just state, right? There's no like, ooh, you have to like pay attention to the befores. For some reason I've liked this pattern more recently where I just like have some dynamic value in the before, and then in each context, it's just like, this is what it is. It's go north, right? And I think I have these backwards. Beautiful. Oh man, we crossed the 2-hour mark and I'm not even on the standard spec. Oh, I think I need to do that later because there might be a challenge there, and 2 hours in, you're just bound to make too many mistakes. Okay, let's just do prompt. Described instance dot prompt. And then is there isn't really a context. It should just print whatever's in the prompt. Oh, there should maybe be a default actually, right? If you don't provide a prompt, we should just say something. Maybe just caret. That way, if you did ask a question like in the room prompt, you're just going to get the default, caret and then a space. Yeah. That sounds nice. Config should always exist. Prompt might not. Yep. Okay. Context when config includes a prompt. I'm just going to copy that. Of course, missed the space. When config, does not include a prompt. Oh. We need to expect something to call print with the thing. Yeah, this goes back to like whose job is it to call print? Should play call print? I mean, play is doing like the gets, the input. Yeah, we're not chomping. That's a good place to chomp, right? Like, should this be in charge of just printing whatever is in prompt? Maybe it should. I think I like that better. Does that make play weird? What is play doing? Does that still work? Ooh. Ooh. I messed the thing up. Game.play. Oh, this goes back to start. Right? Is this start calls from config? Yeah. I messed that up. Hold the phone. Okay. This is the old version of play. So this is now, we didn't do it yet. Dang it. Because what does players equals now? Who's in charge of that? Who's in charge of that? Init is in charge of that, right? So like we don't need to, yeah. This was all old. Darn it, we have one more. Okay, I'm going to minimize all the ones that we've done. So I remember who's left. Playing, done, I believe, right? Playing, yep, playing done. Okay, so we're on prompt. It's just going to be a string. Play is going to be the last one. Okay, so we expect it to equal the described instance dot config prompt. Preempt. Oh boy. Is that good enough? How did I miss the D again? Include. And this would just be caret space. We should probably do we could do this. Oh, No, over. It would just be in this case, we do a before expect described instance to receive config and return prompt. And since this one doesn't have it, oh, actually we could do it. I think this will work. Unless it might break other things that are testing this, right? But let's see. Will this work? If I say return this new config, and then we say let config, it's going to be something with a prompt that says, what we doing? Right, and then this one, we can just have a empty config. That might break, that might break something else though. Let's see. Yeah, prompt. Where are you at? Yeah, prompt should, if we look, the little trailer is after. So there should be the caret with a trailer, prompt with a trailer. And did I? Yeah, I've got my little trailer. Oh, what we doing? Bonk. That's what you mean. You knew it. Okay. Well, it just helps to put the caret facing the right way. That's all. Okay. Wow. I am very surprised that stubbing, I guess because nothing else is using it, right? So there's no like setup. I guess if it's already set up, we made the instance with a config, but now we're just saying the next time you ask for it, don't give me anything useful, right? With this. So yay. Okay, prompt is good. Yeah. Playing. We already said playing was good. I'm going to double check. Yep. Okay, play. Ugh. Okay. What does play do? Play. Go away, you. So we expect play to call prompt. We expect play to call gets with a chomp. And then we expect play to call parse. That shouldn't be that hard, right? So if we call play and then we call the subject, we can expect the described, not the described instance. Maybe it does. I mean, it has to, right? It receives print and then just passes that along. It should. And it should get described. Oh, this is kind of cool. Wow. Whatever is in prompt. If I learn where my O is eventually, I'll get it. So we expect it to receive print with prompt. We need to do these. Do we need to do these all in order? I don't think we do. I could just do them separately. And then we expect it to receive gets, which also sets the input. Maybe that's what that should be. And return. That one's self-explanatory, but this one, if we do a gets and return go north, we do also want to expect that that input gets set. Maybe we don't care. I can just care that. What if I only care this much? Do I care that much? Where it comes from? Maybe not. Let's just say expect subject. This one actually might call it twice. If I have an after subject and I say expect the subject to do something, right? Because this is actually going to be expect subject to change described instance input from nil to okay, this is where I do need that. Okay, we'll do a little two-stepper here. It do, and then to receive gets. Too much. Oh, brother. And return go north. So we expect the instance to get gets. We could do, because we can't do and return. Yeah, so we'll just say it called gets, it got a go north. Yay. And then we'll expect that the subject changed. I think I need a block here. And then I think this needs to be a block as well. Actually. Okay. And then the final step is expected to call parse. So but none of these actually rely on each other, right? Printing happens, it just happens. Getting the input just happens. Parse does need the input in there, but like I can just say, I called parse. That's all I care about. So where did we go wrong? Go north. That worked. Oh, it's actually printing into the... Should probably have it not do that in tests. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Oh. Expected to receive parse. And it's mad at input. It's definitely mad at the get chomping. Oh, maybe, you know what? I think I need to stub gets like before all of these. That's what I need to do. Because it's the RB sys open trying to look into standard in is going to be like, what are you trying to do? This is not, we're not supposed to be here. That's a lot of spacing. I don't know if I like that better, but okay. Well, now that is out of there, we can put this back to a one-liner. Oh, I mean, a little bit of extra. If we kill the putzing that we're doing for fun, we know parse needs a failing test so that we know where to come back to. Or standard is going to need one. But I think that means, yeah, play works. It does output the, who's doing that? Print? I think print does that. Yeah, prompt. That's funny because I didn't call original. So I would have expected this to not do the thing, but it is, it's doing it in these two cases. Okay. Yeah. We could get that out of the test. I think if we do this, it's still going to be expected. So maybe that's fine. Like maybe that's... Yeah. That's better, right? Don't like spit stuff into your spec log. And it's still testing it, right? It's still testing it twice. Cool. Play. Done. Parser. Done. I think I would keep checking it. Okay, parser done. Why did all these expanded? Parse is the one that needs more work, but we don't know what it is yet. It's gonna do something. I think it's gonna send the action to the game and then do stuff. Maybe we can. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that commented out, and then maybe we'll write a test. Let's make sure all the tests are passing. Nope. Oh yeah. Yep. Is it out to app lib parser standard? Doesn't know where. Dungeon crawler spec. Oh, one more. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to commit these, then make a breaking test. So that way we're just like done, or we're in a failed spot. So this, not there yet. Ugh, this is tomorrow. We're doing this. But we did do these. Yeah, we did something. So let's commit. Commit. What did we do? So many things. This is where I would actually use this and like go through. Oh yeah, some main. Jeez, I'm just gonna make a list. Fixed main to actually start game and move loop control to game. We added standard parser with very basic parsing. Game got all sorts of reworked. Holy cow. We'll just say reworked game. Jeez. Game model with playing parse prompt. It got a whole bunch of stuff. Jeez. Play. I think play got reworked. Jeez. All of it. Etc. Okay. And then oh yeah, that was broken. Yeah, fixed room spec and fixed specs. Fixed specs. Good. Okay, so let's parse sends so I'm gonna make the test, even though this might not be what it actually does forever, but I'm gonna make the test that breaks that says the game gets the action from parse. Yes. Oh. Maybe parse shouldn't do that. Maybe that should be part of play. Like action. Send action. Ooh. I do like that better. But I'm just gonna leave it. I'll leave that commented out. I'm just gonna say expect the instance to receive action with object. I mean, that actually would work. What is the input? Oh, with some input. Oh yeah, that's in the with some input section. And it should be hello world. So the action is, oops, hello. Okay, that's a dumb one. Let's change that. Go north. Go. Oh boy. Oh boy. North. Undefined local method game in game.parse. Oh yeah. You're talking to yourself, bud. Just send it. To sim for nil. Yep. Oh yeah. That's like if there is an action. Maybe parse handles the errors, like return unless action. I don't know. That'll fix our spec. I'm like fixing the next specs. Oh, now they're fixed again. Whoop sheesh. Well, we can. What do we got? Oh, oh, yep. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah, because you could want it to have, and maybe even some like with graphics, and you can include an image in the room or an image of an item or something, and even if it's ASCII or whatever. But yeah, that's a great. That also cool. Um, this one will break. We can say context with two with separate commands. This is actually testing the parser kind of directly. I'll probably move this test or duplicate it because right now with single command. Yeah, right now I'm not doing this right. Like this is a job for the parser, not for the. Yeah, so this north, right? So the instance should receive north as the command with nothing, and that's going to break. Wait, what? That should not have worked. Okay, now I'm confused. Hold on. Ruby main go north. Oh, I took out the. Oh, okay. So yeah. I did that thing again. So if I just type north, yeah, undefined method north for instance of game. Okay. So that is doing the right things. Oh, yeah, of course, because the split. Oh, my gosh. That does work. Okay. Well, yay. I'm just going to leave that, I guess. I think it does empty. We do want to say it does not receive. Oh, I guess you can't. I don't know what to not receive. There's nothing there. Yeah. Okay. Can we describe anything with parse that should break? Now that I think parse is actually doing the right thing, because if you have a single action, like this should pull all those back. So if we expect, I need to make an instance. Let described instance. Describe class. New. Some input. Okay. Expect a subject. It is expected to equal go north. Wrong number of arguments. Given 1, expected 0. Oh, please. Really? You want me to %W this? It's only 2. Like how much am I saving here? And then this should just be north. These actually aren't going to be failing. I need to write, I don't remember what case if you only write 1, it's going to be, the not Dennis. No. Oh yeah, not Dennis is not a command. Yeah, so that'll break. We can have 1 that's broken. Jeez. Why? When you make a parser, parser.parse, parse takes an input. Oh, the instance. Yep. Whoa. Wrong file. You get the input, you silly goober. There we go. Okay, how do I do that? That doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I put it there, but I put it on parse, so it makes way more sense. Yeah, this doesn't work. How do you put an empty string in one of, yeah. Is it going to get mad at me? Nope. Good. Okay. And then separate commands that should be single. This one's a weird one that I don't know how to solve this without being just so explicit, right? Like how not Dennis, not is not the command, not Dennis is the full command. So like what this should equal actually is like that. So this is the full action and there's no object. So that one is going to break. We know that. Yay. All right. That's going to do it for today. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably build out the rest of the parser and try to handle navigation commands and maybe this thing. But yeah. Thanks for playing, and bye.